Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast Reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto Shippuden, episode 352. What happened last time?
Last time, some absolute great material happened, such as the third Hokage looking worse than he ever has before, Danzo trying to assassinate him, and Danzo and Orochimaru knowing that he knows what they're up to, but changing absolutely nothing so that when they do get caught, they're surprised.
Is that what happened?
I'm just saying all the things I didn't like about it. But also Kakashi sort of talked to the third Hokage, and now he is reporting to him because he's seen that Danzo is a traitor, basically.
Mm-hmm. And we talked a lot last time about our problems with this, but we're still excited to see where this goes. Hopefully it goes in a better direction than it's currently going. Mm-hmm. But I think I think the root of the problem here is that because we know how everything ends up, all of this seems like kind of why. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna add all this stuff, like, why? I think that's the question. It's like, why, you know, I don't know. We went into a lot of detail last time, but yeah, I just want, all I want out of this arc is to see Kakashi being a badass and to see Yamato being a badass. I hope we get some of that. I hope that we get less of this forced political narrative that we know it goes nowhere because of how everything ends up in the future. But what's going to happen is, like, there's gonna be a Darth Vader Voldemort turn with Orochimaru, and Yamato is gonna come over to the good side, and nothing is gonna happen with Danzo except that he probably will get the Hashirama arm. Other than that, like, so we know where all this goes, and I just want to see some cool shit in between rather than what we've been seeing so far, which is this, like, meandering political thriller with no relevance because we know where it all goes. Hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe, check out our Patreon. Once again, I have not seen this. I've never seen this before, just as a reminder. So I'm watching this with fresh eyes, so if I'm a little bit more critical than normal, it's because we're on the same level here, and I can finally just give my thoughts as I have them, rather than waiting till the end of a certain moment. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, let's go. And I want to clarify, seeing Kakashi being badass and, like, cool fights is not all I want. That was the main thing that was selling me on this, but that's not all I want. I also want to see more of what we saw at the end, which was awesome, which we didn't talk about last time, of Kakashi's PTSD, which we've been getting glimpses of, and him learning to love again and learning to live life again. Because he learned a lot of that while he was with Minato and Kushina and etc., like getting more into his life and back to who he was. That's also what I want to see, that kind of character development. And it looks like we're going to see Orochimaru getting caught this episode. So let's see. And here's Danzo. Okay.
Yes, Kinoto. Lord Danzo, there's an urgent matter.
Did Todd Habercorn do like 50% of the voices in this?
Hiruzen himself is leading them. Damn that meddling old fool. He has gone too far. Kino, are you here?
He has gone too far by uncovering our baby experimentation operation.
What are you planning to do? Kill me, Sensei? But can you go through with it? I do wonder. Sarutobi Sensei?
No, actually because of it. Hiruzen simply won't be able to kill his student Orochimaru. Sarutobi, kill him! For times just like this, we have another secret meeting place. Kinoe, go and wait there for Orochimaru.
Okay, it's getting to the point where, there simply must be some kind of memory erase thing at the end of this. There has to be.
Yeah, if Yamato knows literally everything.
All this, like, if he went to where Orochimaru was meeting, you know, like, there has to be some kind of memory erase thing at the end of this.
Lightning blade!
slice his mask? His face mask?
You. I like the look in your eye. However, I
your
don't
eye.
think.
He doesn't want a fake? Did he think it was a fake?
Aren't you a cute one? So, do you want to taste his blood as well?
What the fuck?
Was it you who set this all up?
Who did set it up? Who did set it up? Who set it up? Was it Yamato? It must have been.
I guess.
Paying him back for like letting him go before.
So, that's Orochimaru. This has to be settled before he crosses the nation's borders. All of you must do your very best. Go. You must still have a lot of affection for your former pupil. It's hard to believe that you of all people would fail. Of course, I'm happy to cooperate. For the sake of the Leaf, I'll do all that I can. Thank you for the offer. I do appreciate it.
Is this gonna be a thing where he takes the body of one of these Anbu guys as the first time that he like sheds a body?
That would be kind of cool if he'd already been sort of researching that.
Yeah, because maybe he got mortally wounded there.
And that's why he called him a fake, because he's a fake Uchiha. He's not actually, so even if he stole his body.
Yeah, he was talking about his body, maybe
Yeah.
not his eye.
He likes the eye, but
He doesn't
not-
want to fake
yeah.
Hold
Uchiha.
on, Kakashi.
I need you to follow a scent. It's Orochimaru.
Snakes can be very difficult. Thing is, they don't sweat. But you just leave it to me.
Hideout inside there. Ooh.
The secret meeting place for Orochimaru. What if this entire time, this isn't gonna be how it goes, but they keep Yamato masked,
It wasn't.
but what if it actually wasn't him and there was a second one?
That would be crazy.
How fucking crazy would that be? If he just gets killed right at the end and the mask falls off and it's not, and he has like blue eyes or something.
Lord Danzo sent me here.
It's clearly Matt Mercer
Urgent
though.
Business regarding Lord Orochimaru.
What the fuck is this?
This is the message from Lord Danzo.
It's ghosts.
Though there are those who
There's
dwell
no
in the
mistake.
mountain.
This is Lord Danzo's seal, all right. Lord Orochimaru.
More test subjects? Another clan?
Transformation. His flesh was really smoke.
What the fuck is
It could be
this?
kind of like Suigetsu, but with
With fog?
Give me the details. I am Gota of the Iburi clan.
Another clan.
And my name is Kinoe.
What?
Yukibi.
Tenzo, welcome home.
He was a baby of this clan.
If Lord Danzo or Lord Orochimaru were ever to find themselves in unforeseen circumstances, it was previously agreed upon that they would come to this place to get help.
Lord Orochimaru will come here?
Most likely.
Did they like willingly
What
give
is
him?
yeah, what is the relationship here?
we seen her before?
Yes, we saw her in Yamato's Tsukiyomi dream.
Anbu.
Lord Orochimaru gave us the gift of life. We would do anything for him.
Okay. They're all his experiments?
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone,
Yeah.
Get ready to welcome Lord Orochimaru.
That's why they're calling him Lord.
Come with me, Tenzo.
What? But, I...
He looks so awkward.
Stand here for a second. You see? It's the same. Since you were young, I've been making these marks to measure your height.
I see, but...
Yukimi, enough. That boy is not Tenzo.
He is too.
But, who is Tenzo?
He's Yukimi's younger brother,
What?
but he's no longer here. We placed him in Lord Orochimaru's care 3 years ago.
In his care. 3 years ago? Then this mark is...
Even though we've both been apart for such a long time, I remember what you looked like.
I mean, he's 10, so you'd think he'd remember when he was 7.
Maybe not.
Maybe. I mean, Orochimaru probably did some shit.
He clearly did some shit.
I'm sorry.
Yukimi, show him around.
Sure. We use this whole area as our clan's graveyard.
the trees.
Instead of using headstones, we plant trees. They say that the soul finds refuge in the tree and provides us with protection.
The soul?
Yes, the souls of the dead. Our ability to transform our bodies used to be incomplete. We didn't have total control over our metamorphosis into smoke. Sometimes we just transform without warning, or dissipate without turning back into flesh. Members of our clan never lived for very long.
That's
Even
fucking
some of the
horrible.
elders did
That's
live.
scary as
No.
shit.
So many.
So is this a new
The things
clan?
of the Lord Orochimaru found our clan.
Oh.
This symbol of his, the curse mark, stabilized our ability. But
That's not all it did.
The curse mark wasn't a perfect fit either.
Test subject.
I was tested on.
Left you as the only child in your whole clan.
It wasn't like he was gonna die or anything. That's what Lord Orochimaru said. And even if I were to be called up too, I'd be able to see everyone, including Tenzo.
There aren't any left,
Everyone.
unfortunately.
Everyone. Wow.
Everyone.
He was awake in there?
What is this? What happened? This is...
What's wrong?
It's so strange. Planted all these. Children. Tenzo is still... We don't need this one.
What the fuck?
This one. Or this one.
What the fuck is she doing? She's just in
'Cause
disbelief.
If they plant a tree, that means that they're dead.
But she's
they're
just
s-
seeing them now? Like, she lives
I
here.
guess. Maybe she doesn't go in there very often. Would you walk through your family's gravesite?
I mean,
every
if
day
it
of
was
your
next
life?
door, then I would probably see it pretty often. They're playing the Tenshi Bridge music way too much this arc, and it's getting to my head. Where's she going? This is so weird. This is weirding me the fuck out. This episode is like, it's so weird. Yeah, he's fucked up.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna need a new body. He's gonna get there and take that guy with the mustache.
You can hear really well here. That crevice up there leads straight to the outside. We used to come here all the time to listen to that sound together.
Why don't you just go out yourself?
Because there's wind.
There's wind?
If we were to transform into smoke while we're outside, and if a breeze blew at the same time, then our bodies would be dispersed. We have to stay where there's no wind. Like in caves.
Scary as shit.
More than anything.
I mean, if you can, shouldn't she? I guess it's unstable still, but she
Yeah.
said the curse mark stabilized it.
But it's not perfectly.
Tenzo and I would imagine all kinds of stuff.
What's wrong? It's serious. Someone has come down into our village. Is it Lord Orochimaru?
Don't know. We haven't been able to confirm who it is yet.
Well, if it is him, then we will welcome him. If it is a leaf pursuer, then we will take care of them. Everyone, hide and get ready.
Is that the whole episode? Well,
I like that episode. I think even though they're doing things differently, at least it's like separate, so they're not just every single time anyone does anything, they're like trampling on everything we knew before. They're doing kind of what you said, adding in different characters.
yeah.
Still keeping it connected because obviously they already started off with that, and this is taking place during a time where a lot of things were happening. So they're switching it up, but I'm not too mad about this because it's at least kind of cool, even if it's like out there. Like you have to admit the clan is pretty cool. The fact that they've stayed in this tree all the time and they used to die all over the place because if a gust of wind came while they accidentally turned into smoke, they were just gone.
But if that's
forever.
the case, then how was there a clan to begin with? If their entire clan can be killed, it's like worse. It's the worst peanut allergy of all time. Rather than being in the same room as a macadamia nut killing you, and a gust of wind can annihilate your entire family, and somehow there's still a clan to talk about.
There must have been like maybe there used to be a bunch of them, or like they used to be able to do it better, and then along the way it got like lost, and then now they have the curse mark, which helps them be able to transform at will, but it's still
but like
not
if
perfect.
they were able to live for so long without the curse mark, then what the fuck?
She also said that the power is like most prevalent when they're kids. So
if you just keep your kid in a jar, then nothing will happen.
if you just have like 20 kids, then one of them is gonna survive.
Yeah, and to be fair, yeah, you're right. They were manipulated by Orochimaru to be used as test subjects, so they're, whether or not they need the curse mark is kind of up for debate anyway. They probably don't need it as much as they think they do, but they were convinced.
It's probably
by
better
Orochimaru.
than nothing. If they were...
I mean, if 20 of their children get taken by
That's
Orochimaru
also
for test
true.
subjects, then it's not worth it, because then they were living beforehand, and then they got swindled by Orochimaru and gave away all their children.
Yeah.
So, like, how good can it be?
I think, yeah, that's also true. I think because to them it seems worth it because they think Orochimaru is researching a curse mark
To help
them,
Yeah.
where he's just researching his own shit that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
So for them, seeing as the curse mark has already helped them, and they think, okay, and he's promised, they're not gonna die.
Yeah.
Just like you didn't die when I gave you the curse mark.
Yeah, you're right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But
And also, if all of their children were already dying constantly from, like, turning into
then he
smoke
could be like,
and
"Hey,
disappearing,
I'll help
then he's
them
like,
by." Yeah.
I will need to take them for a while, but they'll be returned to you. And then, with the knowledge that I learned from this will never happen
But in
again.
reality, that was all just a
Exactly.
just
so
to
to
get
them, it
test
seems like it
subjects.
was a really good deal, and it was really hard, and they had to give up their children.
because now he can farm an entire village of people with like extremely useful chakra, basically.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. I do question that a ninja village could have a tunnel leading to an even more secret village underneath their village. Like those wooden tunnels made of roots goes presumably right up into like the Leaf Village Square or something like that, because you hear people talking in like a village going on.
Oh, it could just be like
It's the sound of the
random,
outside.
I know, but it could just be a random other village.
That's possible.
There's more, because the Leaf Village is like the ninja village, but there's other just people living
true.
all over the place.
That's true. There was that village. That maybe it's the one that fucking Jiraiya and Naruto went to that one
Yeah.
time with the festival
It
or
could
something.
be
You're
any.
right. Yeah, sure.
And I
One thing that I will not budge on is the design of all of these people. Like, they just look like they're modern people. Maybe I will budge on it. I'll get your opinion. Maybe I could ask you about it.
we want to.
See, they're just wearing, I guess that it's like kind of, but like this guy's just wearing a collared shirt and pants. Like, you know, like it's just kind of.
Yes, but I mean, what does everyone wear in the Leaf Village? The trendiest.
They aren't in the Leaf Village.
I know, but they're in the same world where modern clothes.
They're in a cave underground with no connection. They can't leave. How are they getting like tailored shirts? I don't know. That's clearly a nitpicky thing, but it's not that big of a deal. But I just found it like, you know, they put so much effort into this whole backstory with this village and everything.
Exploding snake. The snake just.
Who did that?
I
did that?
think you're meant to think it was the third Hokage. He just set up a snake there, and Orochimaru sees the snake. He's like, "Oh, well, fancy seeing you here."
Maybe it'll be
He's like-
answered later.
I knew that it wouldn't be, but what would have been so cool is if it was Anko, just like she just like made an appearance. That
Except
would've been
she's
so
like
good.
as old as Yamato here. She was his student. Or as old as Kakashi maybe, or younger.
I guess she was.
She was his
around this
directly
time.
his
Yeah.
student, yeah.
I mean, even if she was a kid, we've seen kids do crazy shit constantly.
Yeah, but I think my point is like I don't think the like the hatred and resentment had built up. I think she was just scared that her
Yeah.
teacher went fucking crazy
That's also.
and is a murderer. Anyway, so you like this episode?
Yeah. This was.
I'm
I
glad.
just like it. Do you like it more?
No. This didn't worsen my opinion of this arc, but I didn't super care for this inclusion of this random cave dwelling clan that Orochimaru like is, you know, it's fine. It doesn't hurt my enjoyment, but it didn't it didn't hit me where it hurts in a good way. You know what I mean? Like it didn't like, oh, this cave dwelling clan of smoke people. Like I love this show now.
Well, to me, I just think, but I don't know. At least they're trying to do something, not just relying on ruining what was already there.
Yeah.
It's already kind of ruined, but they're now doing something different to include it in a new and different way. That's like, okay, Orochimaru probably didn't have this clan of smoke people in this giant tree in the middle of nowhere as his like second hideout.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not so unbelievable that it could literally never
Right.
happen and actively contradicts everything we already knew.
Yeah, it's possible
just
that he
kind of
did
there.
have an entire tribe of smoke people under his control within walking distance from the village. Totally acceptable that that's a possibility. You're right. I see what you're saying.
Whatever.
I just wish it was less silly. You know what I mean? I wish it was just less silly. I wish that I could get hype about the fucking smoke cave dwellers and like Orochimaru having all this stuff. Like the more I see of it, the more I'm just like, why can't it?
I mean, this is actually another thing exactly like what we were talking about recently with making all of the Jonin from Naruto the same age.
Right.
In these backfillers. This is aging Yamato up 10 years to make it so that he can be, because he was found as a baby literally at this moment
Right.
when Orochimaru was busted. So Yamato, technically right now, should be a literal infant in a test tube. However, they wanted to include him in the story with Kakashi to like give him a backstory and build it up, but also have it at the same time as Kakashi. So the trade-off for that is they have to change everything revolving around that, because or else he's he's like this big.
Yeah.
He's a baby. So that's the kind of thing we're working with here. We're working with.
I mean, they
changing
didn't
the
say
age.
that they found him as a baby. They said that he was like, he knew no life before that, but maybe they found him when he was like a toddler or something. Like aged him up 10 or 5 years possibly.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. So they did, I mean, as far as what we were told before, age him up. But this is
Because
clearly...
aging him up, then they have to put him in with the Foundation and with Donzo and make this entire thing for him that didn't exist because he didn't know about the Foundation. So I'm curious to see how they'll like work that back in.
So I was thinking about the memory wipe thing that might happen later, but based on, I mean, the Tsukiyomi thing was filler, but if we're taking that, like when we saw his Tsukiyomi, he saw Yukimi there.
Yeah.
So either he had some weird memory change where he reverted back to his previous self when he was in that white Zetsu creature and being used by, and like hooked up to the ghetto statue and shit, or they don't wipe his memory and they just straight up retcon that he didn't know what the Foundation was, or was I mean, he did, like when he was explaining, he did know. But he was like, oh, the Foundation, Lord Danzo, isn't that blah blah blah? And then Tsunade's like, yes, actually.
I have such experience with this.
Yeah,
because
I
it
have
was my
personal.
entire life.
Yes.
I also know where all of Orochimaru's hideouts are. I know where everything is because I was literally so loyal to him. Anyway, we can just go on to the next one, I think.
Yeah. Leave a like, subscribe. See you next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye bye.